Assalamu alaikum to all of you and very good morning. How are you all? I hope you are all fine. So, welcome to the show where we deep dive into amazing personal and professional and fascinating life journeys of extraordinary individuals. So, today I am thrilled to introduce Scott Letts, a leader, an innovator, and a storyteller at heart. So, as the leader of digital innovation and resourcing at St. Eugene College, Scott has dedicated his career to transforming education through cutting edge technology, from using AI and automation to streamline school operations to developing analytics that empower educators. His work is redefining what's possible in modern education. But Scott's journey doesn't stop there. Beyond his role in education, he's the founder of Laughz Toy and Gift Company, born out of his passion of spreading joy. With creations like the original dad joke button, Scott has shown that making people smile is just as impactful as transforming classrooms. So today we'll explore his incredible path, the challenges as he faced, and how he seamlessly blends his love for technology, education, and laughter. Get ready to be inspired by a life that bridges innovation and play. So, let's welcome Mr. Scott in our show. Hello, Mr. Scott. How are you? And welcome to the show.
I am very well. Thank you so much for that introduction. That was very kind of you to have such a nice introduction to me, and I'm just so excited to connect with you. And I think what you're doing is fantastic. So I'm really excited to share today.
Thank you so much. It is really honored for me and a big pleasure for me to speak with you and to have you on my show. So, do you want to add something in your introduction?
No, I think that introduction was fantastic, and I loved that you touched on something on my bio that we hadn't spoken about before, which is that laughs component to it, which I think kind of talks to the idea of that sense that we're trying to get our students to be entrepreneurs, and the best way to do that is doing what exactly what you're doing now, and what I took a bit of a shot on is just if you come up with an idea, embrace it and give it a go. And that's kind of how the dad joke button started for me. And I'm sure that's a similar story to you, being connecting with people on the other side of the world.
Exactly. Amazing. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and giving me your precious time for this. So, okay, what inspired you to focus on digital innovation in the education sector?
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for me. I started at a really small rural town. It's called Mount Larkham, and I wouldn't expect you to have heard of it because even people that live in Queensland haven't heard of it. It's a very tiny town. About 200 people live in that town, and 70 of which go to the school. So, in my first year of teaching, I found myself in a school that had a class with years prep 1, 2, so years 5 to 7 year olds, and then year 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all in the same classroom. So it was a very different environment to what I'm in now. So it's been an interesting journey. I've kind of had that experience of what it's like working in a rural school where resourcing is really difficult in terms of digital technologies. And then I found myself in Brisbane in a school that we were really fortunate to have one-to-one technology. So every student had their own iPad at the time. And then from there, I moved into a school that's now a prep through to year 12 school. So as I said, I get to see those kids, they start at year 5 and we have this transformational journey where they're leaving at 18 years old and ready to go out into the workforce and hopefully being equipped through that time to be able to really navigate this ever-changing digital world that we're finding ourselves in.
Okay, that's really great. So, you are founder of a toy and gift company. This is really understandable. But what is Loves? Can you tell us about Loves?
Yeah, Laughs is the brand name. So it's kind of just like a gag gift, so like a joke gift kind of company. Uh, Particularly, so the way it started, I had my first son in 2019, and for anyone that's ever had a child before, it is this kind of like, not to sound too cliche, but this transformational time in your life where things just this constant state of flux, really exciting as well. And I always had this passion for joking around and having a bit of a joke, but there was never any product that kind of fitted that niche. So I was at the shops and I came across, I don't know if you've seen them before, they're buttons that you press and it says yes or no. And I went through this journey of exploring how to make my own button, but instead of saying yes or no, it would tell dad jokes. And that kind of was the start of the dad joke button, and then that turned into a company called Laughs, and now there's a whole range of different products, mainly targeted towards dads as a bit of a fun kind of product that you can give your dad for Father's Day or Christmas or a stocking stuffer.
That's really great, and this is very unique, right? Amazing. So, how has integrating AI and automation transformed student outcomes at St. Eugene College?
Yeah. I live a bit of a two lives, don't I? With the dad joke button and the laughs company, and then my main job and the one that I draw the most passion from is teaching. So to talk to that point about AI and generative AI, we've been pretty lucky at our school. We were kind of early adopters of generative AI, and one of the areas that we're really working in is using generative AI to improve the student writing process. So I've made an application called Writing Boost, and what it allows students to do is we have a national test. It's called NAPLAN, and essentially every student in Australia in years 3, 5, 7, and 9 have to write a story at the same time. So every student's writing a fiction story, or they might be writing a non-fiction piece of text as well. And then they get collated and students receive a score, but that's just a point in time test. It doesn't actually improve their writing. So what I did, I created this application called Writing Boost, and it takes the students' writing and we feed it through generative AI. In this case, it's OpenAI's model. And we ask it to predict what the student's writing would receive based on the NAPLAN criteria. So it's a predictive model that allows our school to see where our students are at before they actually sit their NAPLAN test. And then we give them some feedback based on their writing, based on the 10 criterion that we mark on in Australia. So students get this hyper-contextualized feedback that pulls out individual pieces of their writing and gives them ideas of how they could improve it. And then once they go through this process and rewrite the assessment based on the feedback, we then marry up the feedback we gave them and what they wrote, and then we have them rewrite it again, and we can see that progression that they're doing based on the AI feedback, and we can get this really quantitative set of data as have they actually improved their writing. So that's been really interesting for us, and something that we're actually seeing real progress with. We don't have our NAPLAN test again until the start of next year. So that'll be the definitive data point. Has this actually had a positive impact? Up to now, we can formatively say, yeah, absolutely. You can see these two pieces of writing and they're completely different and the student has improved. But we won't know until January next year. So I'm so excited for our students to sit this test again and see, have we built confident, capable writers that can approach this test and do it confidently.
Amazing. That's really great. So here's one thing: generative AI and a common means a simple AI. So can you please explain the differences between these two categories of AI? Because the majority of the pupils don't know about this two types of AI.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing now is this approach that is, I'm going to coin the word humanistic AI, in the sense that now previously only people that were studying computer science were able to really create or benefit of artificial intelligence. Yes, like if you're in a Tesla, for example, that's using computer vision, a form of artificial intelligence, but there was really no way to input your own data into AI and get something useful back. So we transitioned into this period that I coined humanistic AI, the idea that anyone, or general AI, that anyone can talk with the computer and have some kind of meaningful output from it. And that was all just thanks to OpenAI saying, hey, maybe we could just chuck a chat interface onto this large language model that we already have, and we can see how many times, like even with what I'm doing at the moment, it's using the exact same technology that you use if you use ChatGPT or Claude or Google's models. It's just the way that we can use that, and then from our point of view, how can we, instead of having all our teachers type in, can you please mark this student's assessment? How can we automate that to still leverage AI, but make it a little bit faster? So I think this new age of AI is really exciting, and I can't wait to see, instead of just having chat interfaces, how else it's going to be embedded into the actual, in my context in teaching. And